Hmm. Boy, 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 boy. Let it snow. Let it snow. Whoa. Yep. Yep. Sad to say, but it's true, boy. Sad to say, but it's true. This is crazy, boy. Mm. Mm. Mm, 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 mm. Mm. Well. Sleeping in the bed, sitting in the bed, trying to figure out what's going on with this government. This governmental shutdown, boy. Here we go. Here we go. Mm. Damn. Mm. Well, guys, all I can tell y'all, let me share my video out, man. This is crazy, bro. These damn Democrats, man, they always trying to figure out a way. They always try to figure out a way to mess something up. Boy, these motherfucking Democrats something else, boy. I don't know what they got going on. But I'm gonna get this video shared out, man. Let's share this video out. Mm. Oh, government shutdown, day one. This crazy right here, bro. I ain't gonna tell y'all no lie, man. I'm just trying to figure out why we couldn't why couldn't they come to a conclusion with this governmental shutdown thing? Like some just telling me that it's as per usual, as y'all know. I'ma always say this: it's bigger than what we know. Backyard coming, a governmental shutdown. Well, we're gonna talk about it. Let's get some more peoples in here. We're gonna talk about it. Democrats for life. That's right. Trump is full of crap. Man, get off my live stream with that bull crap. Talking about Donald Trump. Man, get off my live stream with that. What are you talking about? Man, this Obamacare. It's all about this Obamacare, bro. This Obamacare. You know, Obama trying to, it's supposed to be for affordable insurance. And I'm gonna be honest with y'all, guys. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I do agree. I'm gonna share something with you, right? And this just me being honest, open and upfront about the whole entire situation. I do agree and partial with the Obamacare for is making insurance affordable for those who can't afford the most expensive insurance. I get that. Yes, I do. I agree with that. But what I don't agree with is the ones that's proclaiming that they can't afford this insurance. Is a lot of those who are receiving assistance from the government on the 1st, the 3rd, and the 15th of each and every month and working these jobs on the side, getting paid up under the table. Those are the ones that I have the issue with. Back to what I was saying, the able bodies. Those are considered to be able bodies. Because if you can still work and earn money up under the table and still receive assistance from the government, whether that's on the 1st, the 3rd, or the 15th of each or every month, then you shouldn't fit that criteria. affordable insurance shouldn't be something that you stressing. You getting paid two ways, man. That's what you call fucking the system. Yep. That's what you call dicking the system. And so it makes it tremendously hard for people like myself. It makes it very hard and difficult for people like myself to be able to maintain a certain type of stability, to be able to maintain some type of capacity over here on my end. So it's a difficult situation. So we are in day one of the government shutdown, going into day two. Here shortly it'll be day two. The government has been shut down. You have employees that have been laid off. A lot of people's finna lose some jobs, right? And I'm gonna be honest with you. The ones that's finna lose their jobs are the ones that literally worked up under the Obama administration for us, being a part when he was president for those two terms. And so my thing is, hopefully this situation does not drag out long, because if it drag out, it's definitely going to affect the economy, and it's definitely going to have a huge effect over the United States of America. And that's something that we don't want, guys. Right now, the Republicans and the Democrats, they're at odds. No one's able to come to an agreement. Obviously, both sides feel as though it should be this way, and the other side feel as though, nope, it should be that way. My thing is, though, my biggest thing in regards to what I'm discussing now is the fact that the Democrats had more than enough time to solidify or to put whatever they needed to put in perspective when they had office. That's what people's voted for. That's when people's voted for Obama, those two terms, and then when people obviously voted for crooked Joe Biden or whatnot, they had a total of 12 years to get everything situated accordingly. And they failed to do so. And now that Donald Trump is president, President Trump then had some time to sit back and watch everything unfold from the sidelines. And he was already locked in and keyed in on what he felt like he needed to do if he got back in office. And now that he's back in office, not only is he putting everything back in his retrospective, he's activating this plan. And that plan is that big, beautiful bill. That was the plan, the big, beautiful bill, to get this big, beautiful bill signed and passed and signed into law. And we was able to accomplish that. But now the Democrats on the other end, they have an issue with this rapid progress of President Donald Trump and his administration. You've never seen an administration or president move as quickly, fast, swiftly as Donald Trump, and then being effective with it at the same time. So when you add that into it, that is a multitude of threats. That's a threat to this crooked governmental system that was designed to break us as people, minorities or whatever. So, but anyway, people's gonna agree to disagree. I get that part. Everybody's not gonna agree with that. Everybody's not gonna feel like Donald Trump, big beautiful bill is designed to help people. And I'm looking at it like this. If I could get out and work, right? If I can get out and work and earn money, right? What do I need governmental assistance for every month? Why do I need a check? If I'm able to get out and perform regular job duties as anyone else that's not receiving no type of governmental assistance, then why can't I say, you know what? I'm an able body. I don't need the government to send me a check every month on the 1st, 3rd, or the 15th. But see, that's not the case. You got people that's getting paid two ways, and it's unfair. And I'm going to say it again. It is unfair for people like me that have to get out there and work and bust my ass when I'm able to provide for my family, and for just to have the government to take taxes out of my check every fucking week, federal taxes and state taxes, just to accumulate all this money up, so when the first of the month roll through, they can take that money and give it to these able bodies. Motherfuckers that's been working all month. They've been out working all month, out here working for this person, that company, and these people's, and these business owners. I got a message for you business owners. For y'all out here that's knowing that these people's getting checks every month, but yet and still you still working them and you paying them up under the table, that's fraud. That's fraudulent all day long. You could get in trouble. You could be held accountable. You could be federally prosecuted for paying somebody up under the table, and meaning not giving the person the opportunity to report additional pay to the government. Your ass can get in trouble for that. So y'all got to be mindful as well, because I'm gonna tell you something right now. If the ball come rolling down on that individual, they gonna tell on you. They gonna sell you out. So all I'm saying is, I just want y'all to take a second, take a moment to really look at this big, beautiful bill. Like, overlook this bill that Donald Trump passed, that they passed. Overlook it. And I'm telling you, the bill is not what y'all think, bro. The bill is not what y'all think. See, the government been fucking us for years. The government is getting off on us. You know what I'm saying? So why can't we voice our dissatisfaction based on what they have displayed? You know, when Kamala and Cricket Joe Biden was in office, the government didn't display no type of remorse or compassion when we was going through this what you call, I'm gonna say, a Great Depression. When the economy was eating our pockets up. Don't you know how many people's lost land and property during that era, during those 4 years when Kamala and Joe Biden had the system fucked up? People lost out a lot. You don't see the government trying to reimburse anybody back. They not going to reimburse you nothing back. They can care less about you. They can care less about your struggles. They can care less about what you lost. And they definitely can care less about what you think you claim you gaining, because at some point the government going to find a way to take that back from you. You know what I'm saying? So what I'm saying is, right now, the government is shut down because the Republicans and the Democrats are currently at odds in regards to the enhancement of the Obamacare subsidies, the Obamacare subsidies. They like, no, we gonna agree, but we gonna disagree on this. And I agree with the Republicans, bro. People been taking this Obamacare and maximizing it. I'm talking about literally maximizing it to a point where it's like there ain't no more money in the kitty. The kitty is dry. The well done ran dry. You know what I'm saying? It ain't enough rainwater from the sky to fill that well back up. You know what I'm saying? So some got to give. Where's all this money? That's the whole thing. All this money being shipped out and sent here and sent there, and we don't see where it's going at. Where's the money going at? Where is the money going at? What triggered Obama to come up with this Obamacare Act shit anyway from the beginning? I don't see where it works. It worked for anybody. You know what I'm saying? Like, at the end of the day, if the Democrats just go ahead and just step to the side and say, you know what, we're gonna allow the Republicans, we're gonna allow Donald Trump and the Republicans to go ahead and reestablish this financial assistance type program that Obama tried. That's right, that Obama tried to put into effect. And we're gonna allow them to show us another way to go about this thing. But they don't want to do that because, see, they are inferior of Donald Trump. Like I said earlier, Donald Trump had been in office. Hey, man, this man ain't been in office 10 months, bro. And it feels like he done already been president 3 years because of the rapid change. The rapid change that President Donald Trump and the Republican Party have been able to make in a short period of time, which is a good thing. And I'm not discrediting, well, I'm not going to say I'm not discrediting Joe Biden, Obama, and I am. You know what I'm saying? Appreciate that. Yeah, so they definitely failing, bro. But, it all boils down to one thing, man. I always tell people, everybody, have a right to voice their opinion based on how they feel about certain situations. And in this instance right here, as I go back and kind of like reflect on this Obamacare Act thing that he passed, to be honest with you guys, that shit was designed to keep the poor even poorer. They want the poor to remain dependent on the government. You know what I'm saying? Okay, I know you can work, but you don't want to get out and work. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to give you this right here. I'm going to give you these crumbs off the floor. just to keep you right where we want you at, dependent on the government. And so people got to break away from that mentality and that mindset, bro. They got to break away from that mentality and that mindset. Stop being dependent on the government. Stop depending on the government, because the government is not the answer. Sitting around on your ass waiting on a check every month is not the answer. You got to go 30 days. Listen, let me show you. Let me show y'all folks out here how you are not benefiting from the government. Because the 30 days you are sitting around waiting, you guess what? You accumulating more bills on top of bills. Your bills are going up, your light bill going up, your water bill going up. You got to think about car notes every month. You got to think about car insurance. You got to think about the house note. You got to think about the cell phone bill and the other little necessities, and kids if you got kids. So by the time that check hits your hand, get what? That motherfucker going right back to the system. You're not benefiting. Especially if you just getting one check. The average person, if you drawing disability and you not getting 100% disability, you ain't getting no more than $400, $500, $600 a month. Man, what the fuck can you do with $400, $500, $600 a month? How can you survive off of that? I can make that shit in one day detailing cars. But here's the thing about it. This is how the system have tricked the people. This is how the system have took control over people's minds, bro. You know what I'm saying? The system is designed to keep people's dependent on them, bro. This is what keeps the system turning. This is what keeps the world, the ball rolling and turning, bro. The governmental system. So now that the governmental system is shut down, the question is now, is this going to affect the monthly benefits that they send out to millions of American citizens? That's the question we have to ask each other. We have to ask each other that question. What are we possibly going to do if the government system remains shut down for the next 3, 4, 5, 6 months to come? It's going to affect the world, bro. It's going to affect the world tremendously, drastically, dramatically, and it's because of the Democrats. The Democrats created this. They said WIC is stopping. Yeah, I believe it. WIC, EBT, Smile. Your mama hung up. What? Hold on, guys. I'll be done in a minute, okay? I know. I know. We talking about now, the government trying to figure out what they gonna do. Because if they remain shut down, if the government remains shut down for a couple of more months, then that means the economy system is finna be broken, bro. After Donald Trump done reestablished this thing, food stamps and snaps are not shut down. Not yet. That's right. Not one illegal should get anything from us. I concur with that, bro. Man, listen, I so truly concur with that right there too. It's pathetic, man. But however, I'm gonna tell y'all this right here, and I ain't gonna hold y'all too long, right? I promise you I ain't gonna do that. But I just want to show y'all a little something real fast, and I'm gonna get off because I do got some things to do today. Um, and like I said, I'm not doing it just because of 23 likes and nothing like that. I don't want nobody to start saying that crap. But I want y'all to check some out.
Barreling toward a shutdown set for midnight, both parties blaming the other. President Trump tonight threatening to fire federal workers and to cut programs and benefits, saying he can do things that are irreversible. Tonight, Democrats say they want Medicaid cuts restored and to keep health insurance premiums from going up for millions. And Democrats say Republicans would rather shut the government down than protect the health care of the American people. Both sides tonight digging in with this shutdown now hours away, affecting millions of Americans. Rachel Scott leading us off tonight. Tonight, with the government set to shut down at the stroke of midnight, President Trump now threatening to fire, quote, a lot of federal workers if Democrats don't back down.
We'd be laying off a lot of people that are going to be very affected.
But Democrats holding firm, demanding that Republicans reverse cuts to Medicaid and extend expiring Obamacare subsidies to prevent insurance premiums from rising for some 20 million Americans.
They'd rather shut the government down than protect the health care of the American people. That's unfathomable.
Today, the president turning up the pressure, now warning he could slash government programs.
We can do things during the shutdown that are irreversible, that are bad for them and irreversible by them, like cutting vast numbers of people out, cutting things that they like, cutting programs that they like.
He even floated the idea of cutting benefits without saying which ones.
We can do things medically and other ways, including benefits.
Tonight, I brought his words to Democratic Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer.
The president is now threatening these irreversible cuts to the workforce, to programs. Is that a risk that Democrats are willing to take?
It will fall on him, as I said. He's the one doing the firings, not Democrats.
Even without the fear of layoffs, if the shutdown happens, as many as 4 million federal employees could go unpaid. In Thompson, Illinois, that means prison officers already stretched thin, now pushed to the max.
We need the government to stay open so that we don't have to live off our credit cards, that we don't have to take multiple loans just to pay our mortgage, to pay our daily necessities.
And families of roughly 2 million service members could feel the pinch too. Jamie Billard, whose husband is in the Coast Guard, is preparing to tell her kids they'll have to scale back on things like dinners out and picture day at school.
What do we set as a priority? Your dad's not getting paid right now. That's our sole source of income. You know, I said no because there's bigger things happening here.
David, Senate Republicans forced to vote on a bill to keep the government funded, but Democrats overwhelmingly rejected it because it did not include any of their demands. So tonight, all signs are pointing toward a government shutdown in just a few hours, David. Just hours from now, Rachel Scott leading us off. Rachel, thank you.
Do you know what eating cabbage can do to your heart?
Well, there you go. Like I said, man, both sides are at odds right now. And, you know, don't either side feel as though they wrong. Don't no side want to break. But all I can say is this right here. I think the Democrats are pushing us further and deeper in the hole, man, because they don't want to get along with the program. You got to go along with what's going on. You had your opportunity to establish everything, to solidify everything, to put everything or place everything within this true perspective, and they failed to do that. So now you can't sit here and hold the Republicans accountable for your BS, for your massive mistakes. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, guys, I'm about to hop up off of this thing, man. Like I said, I just wanted to come on here and share that with y'all, obviously. And yeah, check this out before I go.
Perfect.
Well, good morning to everybody. We're going to be brief. The truth is very simple. It's easy to articulate. I'll just point out that today we're here on the west front of the Capitol. We're overlooking the National Mall. It's a beautiful sight that a lot of the American people will not be able to experience today. On a normal day, of course, you have tens of thousands of visitors here, family. You have school groups that come and visit. They walk these grounds. We have about 7,000 people who visit this Capitol each and every day. But today, that's not going to be the case. Today, America's boys and girls will walk up to these doors and they'll see something different, a sign that says closed until further notice. And that's because at midnight, the Democrats followed through on their threat to shut down the United States government. As we speak here this morning, there are hundreds of thousands of federal workers who are getting their furlough notices. Nearly half of our civilian workforce is being sent home. These are hardworking Americans who work for our federal government. Our troops and our Border Patrol agents will have to go to work, but they'll be working without pay. Food assistance, veterans benefits, and vital support for women and children are all coming to a halt. Now, thankfully, President Trump is trying to mitigate the damage as much as possible. His administration is working to limit the harm to the American people. But the longer this goes on, the more pain will be inflicted because it is inevitable when the government shuts down. The sad thing about it is that every single bit of this was entirely avoidable. Democrats could have worked with us in a bipartisan manner to avert this unnecessary and very harmful shutdown. But instead, they did something that is rather shocking to us. They prioritized taxpayer-funded benefits for illegal aliens over keeping the government open for American citizens. They themselves positioned that as a binary choice, and it's patently absurd. Listen to what the Democrats are demanding. They demanded, in exchange for our simple, clean, 24-page bipartisan continuing resolution, the same one that Chuck Schumer and the Democrats voted for just a few months back in March. In exchange for that, they rejected it, and they demanded something else. They wanted us to add over $1.5 trillion in new federal spending, paid for, of course, by hardworking American taxpayers, simply for funding the government at current Biden level spending levels. We are not going to do that. We can't do that. We won't do it. Almost 2 weeks ago, the House did our job. In the House, we passed a common sense, nonpartisan bill to keep the government open. Republicans did our job. We had one Democrat join us there, so it was bipartisan. But every other Democrat in the House voted to shut the government down. And last night, 44 Democrats in the Senate did the same thing. This is a clean resolution. It would simply buy Congress a few more weeks, 7 weeks, to finish the job. Why do we need that time? So that appropriators in both parties can finish their work. They've been restoring regular order. They've passed 12 separate bills out of committee in the House, and the Senate has done its work as well. 3 bills of the 12 passed in each chamber. They don't line up exactly, so there's a conference committee constituted, the first time in years that that's happened. We just need more time because we ran out of clock at the end of the fiscal year, September 30. This is very important to note. Democrats themselves have voted to pass a clean bipartisan CR just like this 13 times in the last few years. During the 4 years of the Biden administration, 13 times this happened. Republicans did the responsible thing, even when we were in the minority, to keep the government open. And today should be no different. There is nothing new in this legislation. There's no poison pill. There's no partisan tricks. There's no gimmicks whatsoever. The only difference today is the man who is sitting in the Oval Office. Rather than work with President Trump and Republicans to get this job done, as our party has done repeatedly in the same situation over the years, Democrats want to play political games with the lives and the livelihoods of Americans. The simple truth is Democrats in Congress have dragged our country into another reckless shutdown to satisfy their far-left base. That is the truth. Whether or not the government remains open or reopens is entirely up to them. There's still time for Democrats to pass this clean bipartisan bill that's sitting before them, and we encourage our Democrat colleagues to do that. I certainly pray they'll come to their senses soon, do the right and responsible thing. The reason they will have one more opportunity today is because of the sound leadership that is being provided in the U.S. Senate by our colleagues who are standing here with us. This is a joint press conference, as you know, between leadership, Republican leadership in the House and the Senate. And I'm delighted to yield to my good friend and an extraordinary leader in the Senate, Leader John Thune.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Speaker, and our House colleagues for doing the work. You sent us a clean, continuing resolution. Unfortunately, we are here this morning in a government shutdown that Democrats wanted. Chuck Schumer, at the behest of a bunch of liberal, far-left activist groups, has walked his Democrat colleagues into a boxed canyon. There's no way out, folks. There's no way out. This could have been avoided. It's totally unavoidable. And everybody's now asking the question, how does this end? Well, it ends when the Senate Democrats pick this bill up, passed by the House of Representatives, and vote for it. It's on the floor of the Senate. We're going to vote later this morning on this, 24 pages. Does this look partisan? Does this look dirty to you? 24 pages to fund the government. Nothing more, nothing less, nothing else. The House kept it simple. We kept it simple in the Senate. This is something, as the Speaker noted, that 13 times in the past Senate Democrats have done when they were in the majority and Joe Biden was in the White House. This is a very straightforward issue. It's not complicated. They want it to end. Vote with us to open up the government by voting this out of the Senate today, putting it on President Trump's desk, and he will sign into law.
All right, guys, let me tell y'all something, right, before I end this video. I'm going to share something with y'all, right? This whole governmental shutdown is like it is now because of these illegal aliens, bro. Because the Democrats want to continue to provide financial assistance and aid to these illegal aliens. That's a damn shame, bro. You mean to tell me, see, these Democrats, I don't know what it is about these illegals that they love, bro, but they just, for whatever reasons, they just don't give a damn about placing American citizens on the back end or on the back burner to provide for these illegal aliens, bro. I don't get it. I don't understand. What's up with these Democrats, man, with these radicals, man, with these lefties, man? These folks are literally crazy. This is why the government is shut down right now. It ain't because of Trump with this big beautiful bill or the Republicans trying to dictate this or dictate that. That ain't got nothing to do with it. That ain't got nothing to do with it. It's these Democrats trying to make room and make a way for these damn illegal aliens to be able to live and survive over here off of our government. When if it was the other way around, if we was over there in their country, they wouldn't be doing the shit that we doing for them over here. Hell, they'll be over there trying to kill us in that motherfucker, bro. Come on, man. Y'all got to open up y'all eyes and see the big picture, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, I get it. I understand. You know, some people may not agree with me, and I don't have a problem or issue with folks not agreeing with me. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, with that being said, man, I got to hop up off. I got to hop up off of this stream, bro. I got stuff to do. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, if y'all notice, I'm not entertaining anyone in my chat this morning. I'm not going back and forth with anybody this morning about nothing. The views are showing now that, you know, there are people, the people don't want the truth no more. You know what I'm saying? The people don't want the truth no more. So I'm going to go ahead and end this live stream. And I may come back on today. I don't know. Y'all have a blessed day. I'm up out of here, though. I end this shit. I don't want to end. Yeah, the numbers. If the numbers was better, the likes was better, I would probably stay on for another 30 minutes. But I can't rock like this here, man. This wasting my time. It's wasting my time, bro. I can be putting this time and energy in towards something else, man. Oh, but yeah, it's finna end. But appreciate whoever sent me the $2. I appreciate that, bro. You good, Xavier. I appreciate that. Appreciate that, Edith. Y'all know I'm not gonna sit here and get into no verbal confrontations with nobody, man. I'm done with all of that. You know what I mean? Yeah, I'm done with all of that crap there, man. I ain't got time for that. Just trying to get the people to support, man, and you know, stuff like that. You know, but I guess a lot of people are not concerned about this governmental system being shut down. A lot of people don't care about that, bro. They care less about it. You know what I'm saying? But one thing I will say, that's right, Benji. Can't spread no lies, man. I ain't with all of that. Charlie Kirk shooter. Oh man, we'll talk about that another time, brother. I know y'all want to talk about that as well. But I want y'all to know and understand. At the end of the day, this governmental system is shut down because of the Democrats, man. It's the Democrats. They the reason why everything is shut down right now. But a lot of y'all in denial, though, man. A lot of y'all don't want to believe that. Oh, he lying about this, he lying about that. But at the end of the day, truth to the matter is, that's what's going down. And I don't know how long it's going to be like that. I just fast hope and pray that it doesn't affect the economy system, bro. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Or the livelihood of the people. You know, so, but it is what it is, man. It is what it is. I just want to just kind of like speak on that, get that out the way. Benji, Benja, if you don't get off my live stream with that, bro, I'm going to go ahead and block you from my channel. Got you. Holla at you. I had to do it, guys. Not time for that, man. It's too early for that. And get rid of that person too. Just have to do it. Yeah, people want to be entertained. Yeah, that's what it is, man. This whole governmental system, man, it's already designed. It's corrupted either way it go, bro. I don't believe in it. I mean, you got some peoples out there that probably do believe in this governmental system, but I don't believe in it because I know it's corrupted, man. We talking about the same system that had something to do with the assassinations of Tupac and the Notorious B.I.G. You know what I mean? Be honest and technical about it. You know, like I said, man, the Democrats, man, they got the system messed up, bro. They done messed this whole system up. And a lot of y'all don't see that. But it is what it is. You know, it is what it is. Let me read a couple of these comments why this thing got to shut itself off. It shuts itself off in about 4.5 minutes, what it's showing me. Yeah, it's wicked to the core, man. Create. You're absolutely right. I know that's right, Ben. Mine's too. Yep. God would take care of them. Truth will make us free. I see it. That's right. That's right. Tish, Leah. I know that's right. Everybody, y'all on point. Everybody on point. Everybody see what's going on with this government, this system. Why would Israel take out Charlie? The same people who smoke Kurt are the same people you still speaking up for. Man, Raquel, what's up, Torres? I'm gonna be honest with you, man. I have a lot of friends that's Mexicans or whatnot, bro. Like I always say, that all of them ain't bad people. You know, most of them good-hearted people. It's just the bad ones make the good ones look bad, and so that's why some of them got to go. You know what I mean? They don't know how to come over here and act like civilized people. You know, come over here and sell your drugs and do all this and do all that, and America, United States ain't going for it. So there you go. Oh, shit. Yep. So, what's up, Jason? Creators create. I know that's right. What's up, Armin? People 1% with you. Please never stop. Oh, Mo, yeah, you know it. I keep going, man. That's what I do. That's what I do. I ain't, you know what I'm saying? I ain't no quit in me, man. You know, it's just I know like all live streams are not gonna be successful streams. Unless you you know, got $1 million chains around your neck or you driving $1 million cars and stuff like that. Folks don't wanna support you consistent. You know what I mean? If that makes any sense. Appreciate that, Mo yet. You know, that's just how they operate out there in the real world. You know, people come to you when you got a bunch of material stuff to show. You know, that's what they into. Want to live somebody else's life or feel like they living that person's lifestyle, you know. So I get it. I understand. Yeah, 2 more minutes is shut down anyway, so it don't matter. I'm not gonna sit here and worry about that. Not gonna worry about this shit at all. But yep, that government system, man, that thing crazy, bro. Like they done messed up. Man, I don't believe nothing. I know what's going on. I know Donald Trump got this thing going into the right direction. You know what I'm saying? Yep. Shoplifter. So I'm gonna say it like this right here, and I'm gonna let y'all go. Creators create, that's for sure. Oh, that's what I try to do, man. That's what I try to do. I ain't gonna tell y'all no lie. It's just sometimes it's hard. People make it hard when you try to, get the truth out, and don't nobody want to respect that, but listen to
We begin tonight here with the breaking news. The federal government barreling toward a shutdown set for midnight, both parties blaming the other. President Trump tonight threatening to fire federal workers and to cut programs and benefits, saying he can do things that are irreversible. Tonight, Democrats say they want Medicaid cuts restored and to keep health insurance premiums from going up for millions. And Democrats say Republicans would rather shut the government down than protect the health care of the American people. Both sides tonight digging in with this shutdown now hours away, affecting millions of Americans. Rachel Scott leading us off tonight.
Tonight, with the government set to shut down at the stroke of midnight, President Trump now threatening to fire, quote, a lot of federal workers if Democrats don't back down.
We'd be laying off a lot of people that are going to be very affected.
But Democrats holding firm, demanding that Republicans reverse cuts to Medicaid and extend expiring Obamacare subsidies to prevent insurance premiums from rising for some 20 million Americans.
They'd rather shut the government down than protect the health care of the American people. That's unfathomable.
Today, the president turning up the pressure, now warning he could slash government programs.
We can do things during the shutdown that are irreversible, that are bad for them and irreversible by them, like cutting vast numbers of people out, cutting things that they like, cutting programs that they like.
He even floated the idea of cutting benefits without saying which ones.
We can do things medically and other ways, including benefits.
Tonight, I brought his words to Democratic Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer. The president is now threatening these irreversible cuts to the workforce, to programs. Is that a risk that Democrats are willing to take?
It will fall on him, as I said. He's the one doing the firings, not Democrats.
Even without the fear of layoffs, if the shutdown happens, as many as 4 million federal employees could go unpaid. In Thompson, Illinois, that means prison officers already stretched thin, now pushed to the max.
We need the government to stay open so that we don't have to live off our credit cards, that we don't have to take multiple loans just to pay our mortgage, to pay our daily necessities.
And families of roughly 2 million service members could feel the pinch too. Jamie Billard, whose husband is in the Coast Guard, is preparing to tell her kids they'll have to scale back on things like dinners out and picture day at school.
What do we set as a priority? Your dad's not getting paid right now. That's our sole source of income. I said no because there's bigger things happening here.
David, Senate Republicans forced to vote on a bill to keep the government funded, but Democrats overwhelmingly rejected it because it did not include any of their demands. So tonight, all signs are pointing toward a government shutdown in just a few hours, David.
Just hours from now, Rachel Scott leading us off. Rachel, thank you.
This fall, heel pain and so.
Well, every time I hear Rachel mention that, man, I just shake my head, bro. 'Cause like I said, this is something that could have been avoided. The Democrats could have avoided that, man. They could have avoided that. But I guess they got what they wanted. And I'm finna hop up off of this live stream, like I said I would. And y'all have a beautiful, blessed rest of your day. Keep in mind that President Donald Trump is literally for the people. Donald Trump is for the people, right? You might not think that. You might not agree with me. You may disagree or whatever. I got that part. Everybody's entitled to feel the way they feel. You know what I'm saying? But when dealing with what we dealing with, the circumstances at hand, let me tell y'all something, bro. I'm going to be honest with you. And I ain't going to hold you. Right? I ain't going to hold you. I'm not going to hold you.